Hey everybody, this is Nick with F4 Outdoors.
And this is David from F4 Outdoors.
And today we are going to make some beef jerky. Had a really awesome beef jerky recipe. It was a wet marinade. Lost it. But today what we're going to use is, you can find this at Bass Pro. I'm sure you can find it online. You can find it at Cabela's. They're about everywhere you can find outdoor game meats and stuff like that. It's High Mountain beef jerky seasoning, and it's actually pretty tasty, don't you say, Dave?
Yeah. And
out of this one, we've used this is a variety blend, and it does about 4 to 5 pounds of meat each one, and you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different varieties here. In this pack, you've got cracked pepper, Cajun, original, mesquite, which is David's favorite, hickory. I like them all. So very good, very easy to use. And the first thing you want to do is you want to get your meat out, which we already did. We got 2 roasts. We like using rump roast. This time we're using beef. We've used deer. I've actually done goose. Any type of red meat's pretty good with it. High Mountain also does something where you can make fish jerky, so salmon jerky and stuff like that. And as you can see, our meat's here, it's got some fat. So the first thing we want to do, Dave, is what?
cut the fat off.
Because what happens, do you know what happens if you leave the fat on?
It gets really soft.
Well, what happens when you leave your fat on is that's where it's going to mold that. Okay? That fat holds a lot of moisture and everything. So you want to get as much of the fat off as you can. And usually I like using a fillet knife for this. I use my fillet knives for everything. So a little bit more fat. And you know what? You can cut these roasts into any size you want. So if you want to make little pieces, big pieces, it's all up to you. David likes the big, what he would call the big honking pieces. Right, Dave?
Yeah.
Boom. You got a lot of that fat off, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm going to do here is actually cut it down this fat vein. Cut that chunk off, and just a little bit more. Oh, that's looking good. Nice and lean. So we're done with that. Now, they make cutting boards that you can actually slice your meat on. You can get a real sharp knife, try to cut it, but what I like to use here is my handy dandy meat slicer. And we're going to start make little ones. So won't be much talking because this meat slicer is pretty loud, but we'll keep rolling as we go through it. Alright, so I got one extra piece that's a little thick, and we're going to cut it up into some nuggets here, because nuggets are good to munch on down the trail as well, right, Dave?
Yeah.
So there we go, cut that little bit of fat off, and boom, there you have that. So our next step is to make our seasoning mix. And it comes in a packet like that. And I think we're missing a little something here. Ah, there it is. Very important. They give you 2 packets. One is your preservation, one is your seasoning. They give you a little jar here. Now what we like to do is we like to take our seasonings and such, and we like to put it in a little Ziploc baggie, and so we can mix it easier. So we are going to say the instructions on how much to use are in the box. So we have 2 tablespoons of our seasoning. And we want to use 2 tablespoons and tablespoons and 2 teaspoons of our cure. So there's 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, and we need 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are half teaspoons. Close that up, and we're going to save that for later. We're going to mix it up a little bit here. And we take our handy dandy little shaker, little funnel, and boom. And we're looking for my other helping hand, David, who I don't know where he's at right now, because I need David's help. Perfect. You know what, it's okay if you spill a little bit here and there, because you can take your meat and just kind of dredge it a little bit, because we got our nuggets here. David's got the Ziploc bag, and he's going to start filling our Ziploc with our meat, because this does need to be marinated overnight. So David can get in here. And you saw me playing with one of the knobs here. This is what we got. I was playing with the thickness of the meat to try to get it to the way I like it. If you want it thick, make it thick. If you want it thin, make it thin. We're going to generously, one side, pop the top off, put it back on. I'm going to flip all of these at once, and then as soon as I'm done, David's going to take it and put them in the Ziploc bag for us. Hey, we're back. Our meat's been marinating for 24 hours and a little some. So now we're out here in the garage because every time I do beef jerky in the house, the wife gets upset because of the smell. Right, Dave?
Yeah.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to reach into our jerky bag here of marinade, and it's kind of crumbled up. We're going to take it and we're just going to lay it out nice and flat on our trays. David's going to start on one tray, I'll start on another. And what I like to do also is our chunks, because I like to put them on a different tray to themselves so I don't have to go looking for them. And we're actually going to turn our heat down on this all the way down, and we're going to try to let it go overnight. We don't want it too done because we don't want it to taste like charcoal, and we don't want it to shatter as we take a bite out of it. Right, Dave?
Gonna put the world away for a minute. Pretend.
Well, now we got all of our trays nicely stacked.
All but one.
All of our meat nicely.
There's one left.
No more.
All of our
Oh, there's a
meat nicely spaced. All of our stacks on there. We're going to turn it all the way down. I don't want to run the risk of overcooking it, so we have it on 95 degrees Fahrenheit, and we will let it go until tomorrow morning. So stay tuned for more. We'll be back tomorrow morning, checking it out, seeing how it tastes, seeing how it did. So we'll see you later. Everybody, we're back, and we've done our beef jerky. We've taken some of it off. Great, nice, slices here. We've let it cool to room temperature after doing all that. Peels nice and easy. Tastes great. Nice chew. What we have left on here are our nuggets. The nuggets are going to take a little longer to do because they're meatier. I'm going to take those off. Great to be thrown in the backpack for your hikes, fishing trips, out in the woods hunting. Great stuff. These are just the nuggets that we did from those 2 gross that we did up. And we have 3 trays of the rest. Let's throw this in a Ziploc bag. Throw it in our bag here. That way David and the rest of our scouts kicking it into it fairly easy. We're down that trail. Fight off that little hunger and low blood sugar as we're doing our scouting activities this week. And there you have it. Beef jerky for your next trip. So from all of us here at F4 Outdoors to all of you out there, thanks for watching, and remember, adventure's right outside your front door. Bye.